Nintendo President Shuntaro Furakawa has come out today confirming that the Nintendo Switch will not be replaced until, at the very earliest, March 2025. Now, this could mean a lot of things. Maybe it'll come out later that year, maybe like the following year. But like he confirmed at the very least that we can expect the Nintendo Switch to be supported in a meaningful capacity for the next 2 years. And of course, the usual suspects are already doing their damage control, trying to justify this, trying to come up with some excuse. Switch 2 could be supported alongside the base Switch. It could be like, the Switch isn't going to be abandoned right away. They're going to like put out all these major games in 2024 and then like continue releasing new games on Switch, like minor, small, litty bitty releases on Switch, all throughout, up until like March 2025. But like the meaning of Furukawa's statement is clear. Nintendo is not replacing the Nintendo Switch anytime soon, right? And of course, this goes against the narrative, the carefully constructed narrative put forward by the people of Reset Era. YouTubers like Maximilian Dude, Review Tech USA, Player Essence, I'm sure. Like people like that. RGT85. People who assured you, who guaranteed you that The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom would be the final Nintendo Switch game ever, and that we would be getting a new console by the end of 2023. Right? The way things are looking now, the earliest we can expect to see a new console is, I would say, 2025 holiday season. We have 2 more holiday seasons at least on Nintendo Switch right now. And you know what that means, don't you? We are definitely soaring past the PS2 sales numbers and officially becoming the highest selling console of all time. And unlike the PS2, which only sold for like as much as it did because it was like $50, like it was a $50 like DVD player in third world countries for the longest time. Like the Switch is an actual popular gaming platform with games that people actually want to play and buy. When people try to tell you that PlayStation is the market leader, they are delusional. They are completely dead wrong. They've always been wrong, but like especially now. Like when they tell you that Switch can't run the major AAA games that are coming out in the near future, ask yourself, what AAA games are coming out? Right? When they try to tell you that like, this last September Direct, it's the last Switch Direct ever because there were no major releases. Like bring up Detective Pikachu had a major Hollywood release. Bring up the fact that Super Mario Bros. Wonder is going to do phenomenally well. Bring up like the future of the platform. Bring up everything we know is coming out. That we know is going to do well. Talk about this stuff. Like, the narrative that Switch was, like, on the verge of getting replaced, like, imminently was always crap, right? They've been spouting this stuff since, like, 2017, since launch day. Like, I remember these guys trying to say, like, like, the upgraded Switch is coming soon, guys. And then what do we get? We get the Lite, a portable-only Switch for kids, right? Then we get the OLED, which is like a sleek, slightly more expensive design with, like, a better touch screen and, like, with a better screen. And, I was honestly thinking of picking one up. We got everything except what they said we were going to get, which was a Switch 2, a Switch Pro or a Switch 2 with like upgraded specs that could run all of the real games, quote unquote. And this keeps happening. Like every single time that Nintendo releases a statement about this, to debunk the narrative, to debunk the conspiracy, to debunk the speculation, like they just push the goalpost back. Like, it's not coming back out in 2024. It must be coming out in 2025. Like they have to release this soon. Otherwise, they can't compete with all of these gaming platforms like the iPad and the ROG Ally and the Steam Deck or the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. Never mind that like the Nintendo Switch is handedly outperforming all of those platforms when it comes to games, right? Never mind that Nintendo is the market leader. Never mind that Switch is still flying off the shelves. Like these people legit tried to delude you into thinking that like the Switch was on the decline, that it wasn't selling as much, that people were done with it, that people were tired of the outdated hardware. No, absolutely not. And right now, the reason I'm making this now, like in the early hours of the morning, even though I have another video coming out today, like the reason I'm recording this now is that like it is imperative that people start calling this out, that they start addressing this, that they start admitting that there's a problem with like the speculation community, with the people on X, the social media platform I've never heard of until this year, X, the most irrelevant social media platform on the internet, something the worst name imaginable, X. People on YouTubers, YouTubers like of all shapes and sizes and colors, like coming out and trying to tell you that like, the Switch, it's gonna be replaced. Like every narrative that these people have constructed has been well and thoroughly been debunked as the week's gone. Like I remember when people were saying that they were showing off Switch 2 at like a closed door event. And now I've gotten confirmation the event was actually for Super Mario Bros. Wonder. But you're never going to see these people admit that. You're never going to see them say they were wrong. They're just going to come up with some new narrative and some new like idea of like the next Nintendo platform that needs to happen soon. And the reason they're doing this, well, okay, YouTubers want like clicks, right? This is the only thing that gets any amount of attention from like a lot of these clickbait channels, from like Switch Force, from Player Essence to RGT85. It's like they have to like speculate endlessly on fake Nintendo hardware rumors, right? Like it's a big thing that people come to these channels for. Very few people have the honesty and the integrity to come out and say that these rumors are obviously bogus, that like nothing about what we're being told by these sources makes any sense at all. And more and more we have to like just say that. It's just like, yeah, I'm tired of these YouTubers pushing this narrative. But like what was the other thing we were getting at? I was on a Shit, did I lose my tangent? Like, did I lose what I was going for? Yeah, it's getting really tiresome, right? Seeing these people, quote unquote, just like constantly try and like fabricate some story, fabricate some narrative, like do something, right? Like other than like actually talk about the video games that we are getting. These people aren't talking about WarioWare. They're not talking about Super Mario Bros. Wonder. They're not talking about Detective Pikachu. Like, how many great Nintendo games are coming out this year that, like, the vast majority of the community are just writing off for petty reasons, right? Like, it's not just Tears of the Kingdom that came out this year, right? We were loaded with great titles from start to finish, and I really feel as if, like, I never really heard any of these people talk about any of them. Like, it was kind of like, really? Like, I've gotten really tired of like the narrative and the conspiracy and just like everything that's been going on. But yeah, I hope this video goes live before like anybody has a chance to do any like damage control or try to like create some conspiracies. Like I think right now they're trying to say that like the Switch and the Switch 2 will have like this thing where like the Switch will continue to be supported like but like Switch 2 will have like improved features on games, which isn't really a thing Nintendo's ever done. It's like it's stupid, right? There's no indication that any of this is real, but yet we are supposed to buy into this hook, line, and sinker every single time it comes up. The Switch 2 rumors are not real.